This week's Look at Local Sports sponsored by 315 Local Bakery and Diner, Alexandria Bay.
Well, hello there once again. Welcome to our modest little podcast. Mel Busler, Rob Krone, and our sponsor once again this week, as it has been for the last few weeks, is 315 Local Bakery and Diner in Alexandria Bay. And I had a chance to eat their delicious food. And it's a great location because it's on the main drag as you head into Alexandria Bay. You can't miss it. It's down near the waterfront on the left-hand side. And very good food. Tell them Rob and Mel sent you. And I don't know if they'll give you a discount, but the service is great, so you'll appreciate that. And it's well worth the investment for your stomach. It's very good food.
They're also sponsoring our Sports Picture.
Our Sports Picture, yes, which is started up on 7 News. So check that out, too. Every night, I think it's at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the age group. It could be
8 to 80.
Yeah, 8 to 80 is right. It could be Uncle Joe, who's a great golfer, and you want to get a shot of him in mid-swing.
Or pitching horseshoes.
Or pitching horseshoes or whatever.
Playing bocce, whatever.
Well, you're right. You're all right, because we want to put the spotlight on these folks that normally wouldn't get the spotlight on TV, because we pretty much deal with high school and college sports locally. So it's nice to see little leaguers recognized and the person in the senior league recognized.
Yeah, absolutely.
Too. So it'll be great. Baseball. And it's still, the big weekend coming up in New York at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Yankees hosting the Mets. Your thoughts about Juan Soto back in the Bronx? Are they going to boo him? Are they going to give him a hard time?
They're absolutely going to boo him. Here's the thing. I think Yankee fans so far this year, Aaron Judge just having a phenomenal season. People said last year, if the Yankees get rid of Juan Soto, Judge isn't going to have that protection. He's not going to have. He's proven everybody wrong. The Yankees, they have Paul Goldschmidt,
who's playing well this year.
Cody Bellinger,
well.
and then the young guys too. Unfortunately, out in Seattle, Oswaldo Cabrera, I think he broke his ankle sliding into a home plate.
Wasn't pretty.
He's probably going to be done for the season. But DJ LeMahieu came back, so Yankees plugging him into Cabrera's spot. Yanks are playing great baseball right now, and Mets are playing well too.
Yep.
And I just saw something today. Detroit, if they win, I think tonight or tomorrow night, they'll be the first team in the majors to reach 30 wins. Tigers having an outstanding season.
Yeah, and the American League Central is supposed to be, the weakest division.
Yeah.
And really all those teams in that division are playing some good baseball. So, it's you just never know. You never know. And Detroit, as you mentioned, is playing well so far this year. Good for the Tigers, good for the Motor City.
And something else I saw, getting off the Yankees and Mets for a second, the Dodgers, I believe, so far this season have 14 pitchers that are on the injured list.
Yeah, crazy.
You want to talk about having some bad luck. 14 pitchers on the injured list, and we're a little over, a month and a half into the season.
Well, people were saying you might as well just give the Dodgers the World Series. Hey, injuries play a big part. The team's still got to be healthy. Yeah. And if it doesn't happen, then you're going to get a little bit of a slide like the Dodgers are having. Although they have exceptional talent, probably can win a lot of high-scoring games because of their offense. But you're right. It comes down to pitching once you get into the postseason.
Yeah, pitching and the bullpen.
All right, well, why don't we take a look at the playoff situation first in the NBA? And we're not ignoring local sports. As a matter of fact, we're heading into towards sectional time. Yep. So next week we'll take a gander at what's going on with our local teams that are headed to postseason play. Let's check out the NBA first. And you've got the Thunder, who are leading the Nuggets currently. I think it's 3-2, heading into a game of this recording. The game will be played later on today. Your thoughts about the Nuggets and the Thunder? Thunder living up to their regular season.
You want to talk about a story? The Oklahoma City Thunder, I believe, they have a slew of number one draft picks from trades they have made in previous seasons. People thought it's going to be a long rebuilding process. Oklahoma City Thunder could win the NBA championship this year. I mean, and they're just going to get better.
Yep, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander playing exceptional basketball, probably going to be the MVP of the NBA this year, and going up against
The Joker.
The Joker, who's I think a 2-time winner of the MVP award. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what shakes out. By the time you see this, that game will have ended, and you'll just have to check out online to see what the final result was from Thursday night.
Yep, and then we got the Timberwolves.
Yeah, they eliminated the Warriors once Steph Curry went down. The Warriors were going to be in trouble. And the interesting part about that, Rob, Jimmy Butler, who was supposed to be in to pick up the slack. And he really didn't play a great last couple of games for the Warriors. He didn't really come through.
No.
And I don't know if it was because he was just happy with what his role was going to be. Because he always called Steph Curry, Batman to his Robin.
Right.
And, it seems like every team he's been with, there's always a problem.
Especially with, his last team, the Miami Heat, Pat Riley, he said, yeah, come in and play. And, he was like, no thanks. And Pat Riley said, okay, you're gone. Yeah, it's incredible. Jimmy Butler is such a great talent. And, you talk about the Golden State Warriors 5-6 years ago. Mm-hmm. I mean, dominant. You're like, how many NBA titles are they going to win? But, Steph Curry age is starting to catch up with them, and that team's kind of in a transitional period right now. So, see what's going to happen with the Warriors in the next couple of years.
Yeah, and Draymond's Draymond. I mean, it's it's
you get what you get with them.
You wonder at this stage of his career, is he more trouble than he is
worth the price of having him on the team?
Pacers. How about the Pacers over the Cavs? Cavaliers had a great season during the regular season. Injury bug. They lost a lot of key players. Donovan Mitchell couldn't do it on his own. And Indiana moving on to the conference final.
Lisbon's Rick Carlisle.
Yes, doing a great job of coaching.
And I've always thought that Rick Carlisle's been a great coach. I thought he did a great job in Dallas. He's doing a great job with Indiana, and he played for a lot of great coaches, and he also played on a lot of great teams. So, he takes all that knowledge, puts it all together, and look what he did here. Pacers, 4-1, knocking out the Cavs and going on to the Eastern Conference championship game.
Tyrese Halliburton looking good. I mean, he's, a lot of people overlook him as a major talent in the NBA, but he's showing that he can lead a team to high levels, and he's doing just that.
Even though you're in a small market, he's still a great talent. And then we come to the Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks. They're going to be playing the game Friday night, so that'll be coming up for those that are watching this on Friday. They're up 3-2. They didn't look good in their last game in Boston. I mean, they struggled. And if they don't win,
in New York,
this game 6, you're going to scratch your head because they have to go back to Boston. And the Celtics all of a sudden are getting some contributions from some other folks that really haven't produced that much during the regular season. But they can hit. It seems like everybody on that team can hit the 3, and that's
and losing Jason Tatum was a huge blow for them. But that might have been a motivator for them as well. For the last game, the way they played, and like you said, a lot of other people picking up the slack and making some key contributions. And I was kind of joking last night. I was like, the Knicks want to go back to New York and win this game, to close out the series and then make it to the NBA, the Eastern Conference Finals. But, like you said, if the Knicks lose on Friday night, Game 7 in Boston, you got to give the edge to the Celtics. Yep. I mean, without Jason Tatum.
Yep, it's going to be tough for New York if they lose Friday night at MSG. All righty, let's turn to hockey. Toronto started out winning the first 2 games against the Florida Panthers, and now have lost the last 3 games in a row. And last night at the end of the game at In Toronto, the couple of fans were throwing their Leafs jerseys on the ice as they were leaving. Leafs haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967. They haven't won a series, I think, in 26. Well, they've won one series, I think, in 26 years. So, I mean, you get to this stage, and then maybe they start to, grip it a little bit.
Yeah, and watching that game last night, just seeing the reaction of the fans in the stands with their hands, their heads in their hands. And, I kept watching, and it was like a pinball machine with the score going up. Bing, 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 bing. At one point, I think it was the final 6-1, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's just incredible to watch the Leafs implode like that.
Yeah, it's sad, and it's Austin Matthews, he's had a good series, not a great series, and him and Marner are the leaders of that team. So you're hoping that they can turn things around. It'll be tough though. Panthers, a very good team, and one of the favorites to win the Stanley Cup this year, heading into the postseason. So it'll be interesting to see what shakes out. Hurricanes leading the Capitals. 3-1. That game being played, by the time you see this, the game will already have been played. Your thoughts about, Ovechkin has had a great season, but, postseason time, the Hurricanes are a very tough team.
They are a very tough team, and, the roster that front office puts together year in and year out is always a tough one, and Eric Cole part of that, I believe.
Yes.
For Carolina. Yeah. So, Hurricanes always a tough out, and, it's going to be tough for the Capitals to come back. But what a year Ovechkin's had.
Yeah. Tremendous. And who would have thought that Gretzky's goal-scoring record would be broken? And, and he's been such a force in the National Hockey League over the years, and even at an advanced age is still playing exceptional hockey. So
how much longer do you think he's going to play?
That's a good question. He loves the sport. He loves playing, and he's still, he's still at the top of his game.
But we know one thing: every goal he scores, he's just adding on to that record, and that's going to be one more goal somebody else is going to have to score to catch up with him. Maybe Connor McDavid. Who knows?
We're going to be talking about him in a second. Up next is Jets and Stars, and you and I could talk about this and add our little, comments as to what we think. But excuse me, Ashley, could you expand the shot just a little bit? If you could zoom out just a little bit, if you will. Okay, very good. Yep. Okay, Ashley, take off the headset. Will you come over here for a second? Let's.
She's a Dallas Stars.
Well, she's a Devils fan. But she does follow the Stars for reasons. Come on in here for a second.
Hi.
Break down Stars and Jets. It's 3-1 in favor of Dallas. Your thoughts?
Well,
Move
I
right
really
up
believed that Winnipeg was going to take it.
Right.
And my fantasy bracket was very much saying that.
Mm-hmm.
However, other teams and their unfortunate circumstances have now made my bracket ineligible.
Oh, no.
At this point, I don't care who wins. I think Dallas has the better chance, especially since it's one more game to clinch.
Yep.
And we'll see.
And then you don't know what can happen after that.
Yeah. My bracket had the Capitals winning. So,
ooh.
There you go.
So we'll see.
Hopefully you didn't have the money spent.
No, I did.
Oh, you
At
did?
least it was 20 bucks, so whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Seabold. Yay. Excellent job, Ashley.
Indian River grad.
Yes, exceptional swimmer and hockey player.
Yes, absolutely.
She gets on the ice and can mix it up with the best of them.
I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but I think she holds a number of records in the pool.
Is that true?
No.
Is that true? I know your brother was an exceptional swimmer.
He also has no records.
Either.
I hope he doesn't watch this.
Oh. Well, the last series we'll talk about is Oilers and also the Golden Knights. The game ending on Wednesday night with the overtime goal. The only goal of the game was scored by Edmonton. The game was in Lost Wages on Wednesday night, and
Lost Wages. I like that.
Oilers move on. Your thoughts about they got McDavid, they got Draisaitl. They're exceptional team.
They are a loaded team, and you look at Vegas. And all I can think of when I think of Vegas is Jack Eichel. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Buffalo Sabres
Yep.
had him for
Yep.
a few years, and, you know, he was going to be the savior of the franchise, and they moved him along to Vegas, and he went out to Vegas and won a Stanley Cup.
Won a Stanley Cup, and Vegas has a great program, great team.
Great front office,
Great
coaching
front
staff. I
office,
mean,
yep.
everything.
So when you knock them out, you're doing something. And
Yeah.
the Oilers, who knows? You know, maybe this is the year that a Canadian-based team will win the Stanley Cup.
And wouldn't it be something if it was the Edmonton Oilers and Connor McDavid got to hoist that trophy? I believe Connor McDavid and Eichel were in the same draft, and I believe the Oilers had the number 1 pick. Am I correct, Ashley?
This year?
No, in the NHL draft.
Maybe in your draft it was this year.
I believe in the NHL draft when Eichel and McDavid came
Yep.
out that Edmonton had the number 1 pick and Buffalo had the number
Right.
2 pick, and Edmonton took McDavid.
Well, McDavid was the. I mean, he was the obvious.
He was the
selection.
guy, yeah.
He was the guy. The playoffs have been great, both NBA and NHL, and don't forget the baseball this weekend, highlighted by the Mets visiting the Yankees in the Bronx. Big series.
One other thing before we go. Last night, the NFL schedule released.
Yes, the schedule came out on Wednesday night. Your thoughts? Did you get a chance to dissect Buffalo's schedule?
Yeah, I mean, they open up Sunday Night Football against the Baltimore Ravens, which is a rematch of the AFC semifinal contest from last year. You know, and one interesting note, the second to last game of the season, late December, the Bills host the Philadelphia Eagles. And the last game ever at Highmark Stadium will be the Bills playing the New York Jets. So, I mean, the Bills have a tough schedule on paper, but strength of schedule as far as the teams they're playing, win-loss and all, Bills have one of the easier schedules. And you being a Giants fan, I feel bad for you because the Giants' schedule is a gauntlet to start out. I think they play the Commanders and then the Cowboys, like the first 5 games of the season, they're playing some pretty tough teams.
But we do lead the NFL in the number of quarterbacks in the quarterback room. So we've got that
Jackson
market.
Dart, Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson,
and of course Tommy Cutlets.
That's Tommy DeVito, former Syracuse player. Yeah.
So there you go. So they're all in there. Hopefully they can find one that will lead the Giants on to bigger and better things. Special thanks once again to 315, a local bakery and diner in Alexandria Bay, for sponsoring this, for also sponsoring our segment on the 6 o'clock news every night, where you can send in a picture of your youngster or your oldster and give them a little publicity.
And 315 should be happy in Alex Bay because the Alexandria baseball team, the Alexandria softball team,
They've had
both
good years.
having good years.
Yeah, they
and
really
next
have.
week when we talk playoffs, playoffs, we'll be talking about Alexandria.
Yep. No, I'm looking forward to a little Purple Ghost news to talk about.
There you go.
That's great. So thank you very much. Ashley, thanks for your commentary on the Stars. And good luck to Dallas. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.